All right. Should be live. Ooh. Let's start off with some ranked. Some ranked Fortnite. Home alone today for a little bit so I can be loud. Hopefully move out soon within the next year and be even louder. Ah, shit. Well, fuck. I thought nobody was gonna land here. Dumb fuck. Oh, come on. Fucking shit. Ha. Damn, got a decent amount of fucking XP. What do we think, Chad? Are we changing the skin? Will that bring us the dub? I'd like to at least get this first level today. The Simpsons movie on the big screen. Ba, 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 da, ba, 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 ba. Was gonna land at that blue house, but change of plans. I am evil Homer. I am evil Homer. Ho 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 ho. You're gonna get third party, my guy. Fuck! I thought he would have been weaker. Son of a bitch! Yeah. Might not have been the best move, but I tried. I feel like, doesn't Eminem have his own? He does, Robin. Rat Boy. I could have swore he had his own loading screen. My cap. Chat. My cappin'. My chopped. You'll play some Eminem. We haven't played with Eminem in a while. Oh shit. They made it kind of easier.
How much does the Earth cost? Think about that question. But how much is the Earth worth? And it's saying we can't buy it. We couldn't make enough money to buy the Earth, right? So that means we made money. So if money is the key to all people's happiness and will solve everything, and everyone's doing things for money, let's just make more money. But it's not about making more money. It's about keeping poor people poor and rich people rich.
Fuck. We're behind the 8 ball again. Son of a bitch. We'll trap ourselves here again. Let's run it back. We'll run it back. We'll do a little something over here. We'll make something work. Kidding. Fuck that. Ooh, I like this start. Not perfect. I'd rather have a different shotty, but you know. Ooh. Okay, still not the shotty I'm looking for, but we're getting somewhere. Who's the motherfucker that did it? You're just blowing this shit up for fuck. For fuck dick nothing. Alright, cool. Blue, red, yellow. Does this shit actually blow up? Dumb fuck. Oops. Well, I'm not about to find out if it does actually blow up. I'm starting to think it doesn't. Fucking got me. Well, my aim was only mildly off. I do need a Mr. Blasty. That was pretty uncool of you, not gonna lie. Take that. I fucking take that. Hold up. Somebody just left that laying around? The fuck? People aren't real. I'm evil Homer. I'm evil Homer. Fuck! I fucked that up so bad. Alright. Well, we got the first tier rank challenge done, so we'll call that a dub. I think we have everything. So now I have a pickaxe. I know, actually, hold up. Oh, that is his fucking pickaxe. Oh, good God. Alright, let's hop on to some Battlefield 6.
Now we're talking, baby. Now we're talking. He's actually built 9 setups over the last 5 years and finally landed on this iteration that brings all his favorite gear together for maximum productivity. 9 setups in the past 5 years? This guy is making even me look like an amateur. So we've got dual displays going on here. The Samsung G9 as the primary and a 34-inch Alienware as the overhead, sandwiched by JBL speakers on Kanto stands. This is for my voice. Bro, that's 2 already. I gotta start taking these blackcurrant pastels during my setup work because I lose my voice very quickly. The attention to detail with the wood tones is immaculate. The walnut desk, monitor riser, PC riser, and wall shelf all match perfectly. And even the wrist rest, which is the perfect size for his KVD Tofu 2.0 keyboard. He does have a couple of extra boards displayed as well, which I assume are his custom builds he wanted to show off. Judging by the 2 stream decks, this is very much an editing first, gaming second battle station. To maximize both tasks, he's actually using both a MacBook Pro and a beast of a PC. We have a
Fucking Q!
custom loop built inside the Lean
On a Thursday?
Packed with an i9 13900K.
Fucking damn right! Better let me right the fuck in.
8 gigs of Corsair DDR5 and 12 freaking terabytes of storage.
Thursday fucking morning.
The choice to go with the dark blue inside a white build with the white blue. The contrast is just
Challenges. Assault rifles, assault. Okay. Squad deathmatch. Win matches in squad deathmatch. Should be easier said than done. Assault. Good, good. Probably gonna have a shoddy.
Setup number 3 is a perfect example of what you can do in limited spaces. It belongs to Eustace, a 14-year-old student from Germany who uses it mainly for gaming and movie nights. The layout is straightforward and calm. A single Samsung Odyssey G9 fills the center, and the desk is clutter-free with only the essentials. A Rocat pair of peripherals and a V-Fine K68 on a boom arm to the left. There are no speakers unfortunately, so he sticks to the headphones when it comes to audio. Cable management, however, is well thought out. Everything underneath the desk is bundled and routed into the corner, then up through a cable channel that blends into the 3D wall panels before leaving the PC on the shelf. Very nicely executed. The system itself lives in a John Bow case and packs an i5 12600KF with an Asus RTX 3060. More than enough for Minecraft, Zelda, COD, Fortnite, and whatever else he throws at it. Personal touches like the Lego bonsai, the pegboard with the controller, and the custom beach shelf he made with his grandpa gives the room personality without breaking the minimalism vibe. While I'm not exactly against covering the whole wall with those DVR panels, it would have been nice to see more contrast. Throwing in black items against a black backdrop makes them blend in. If that's the look you're going for, then by all means, stick with it. But personally, I would have gone with a gray or even a navy blue pegboard to give a little bit of a pop against the backdrop. But nonetheless, this is a very cozy setup. Bruce, thank you for setting this up. For the first time in Setup Wars history, ladies and gents, we have traveled back to the 90s. Behold, peak pain and peak nostalgia. Feast your eyes on the beige Dell Dimension Tower. Powerful enough to run Minesweeper and...
Don't look at my aim!
Yes. You've also got a 7-inch Acer monitor running a crispy 640 by 480 resolution. A Dell Quiet Key that's somehow louder than modern keys, and the legendary Microsoft IntelliMouse gliding on a cutting mat. Let's be real, the only thing Liam will be cutting at the setup is cheese, because this setup stinks. Stinks of cutting-edge technology, that is, and attracting the ladies. Right. I see you, man. I see you. The audio is powered by Sound Blaster Live. Not only is the setup a blast from the past, but also the future. Liam can detect oncoming phone calls with those speakers powered by dark magic. This one is definitely for the rest of you, ladies and gents, something where storage was measured once in megabytes. To save your game, simply insert disk 7 of 12. Liam, this was beautiful. Thank you for a little trip down memory lane, and thank you for turning. Okay, the wheel setup number 4 belongs to Thanos' distant stepbrother, Manos, who's a student from Greece. So Manos is a student from Greece. I just have one question. Why are the keyboard and mouse socially distancing? It's been 5 years. Jokes aside, spacing them out is better than cramming them
That was
together
bad.
with very little mouse space. The desk
That was bad.
So I guess it's fine. Manos is a 19-year-old student who games with the boys and chills with movies and shows.
Oh, we're fucking blowing
The
chunks.
centerpiece is a single 27-inch LG Ultra gear mounted to a custom headboard. It's actually built to hold things himself. We have an IKEA slab, cut to the size of the desk, and a matching headboard set about 2 centimeters off the wall. The desk is anchored with 2 corner brackets and an open Alex unit that doubles as storage for the subwoofer and hides the cables. Very cool solution. Honestly, the vibe is spot on. He ran 2 5-meter LED strips, one behind the headboard for backlighting, and one along the left wall. He's got a full set of Razer peripherals and even a Razer mic on a boom arm. The only traders to the Razer game are the large speakers. Cable management is also well thought out. Raceways carry the wires underneath the desk towards the back of the headboard, and the power bricks are in a storage box screwed underneath the desk above the PC. He's saying it's an older house, and even though it's got its quirks, he kept things tight and tidy. The PC sits in a Corsair chassis with an i7 11900K and an RTX 3070 Ti. You know, it's a simple, cozy, and well-executed space with great ambiance. That's how you still, Manos. Thank you.
Where the fuck did you come from? You little turd?
Time travel
Turd
isn't
Ferguson?
done yet for this
You little
episode,
turd?
ladies and gents. After the 90s, we're winding further back to this retro-futuristic lab from the 50s and 60s. Terry is a scientist that made it, and he's an associate director in IT and a certified maker of biopics. He took upon himself to make an extension of his mid-century home and brought together a 19th
I don't know what I'm talking about.
retro architecture and a freaking Lost in Space B9 robot that he built and can control from his laptop. But that is barely just scratching the surface. He also owns a chopper droid, and yes, a life-size Mars Attacks invader that would give the creeps to anyone who tries to look inside through the window. For all we know, this might be an elaborate plan to deter future homeowners. You know, to say this room is fascinating would be simply another. The desk itself is from the 60s, so we decided to base the whole setup in the room around it. The monitor beam on articulating mounts do offset this line though. They are two 22-inch scepter displays. However, like I would say, I'm not entirely sold on the layout. With the bezels being dead center, you constantly have to look to the side, which, you know, on its own isn't a bad thing. I personally would like to have the middle of the screen in the middle of the gaze, if that makes sense. But again, personal preference. The peripherals of choice are a Razer keyboard with a solar wrist rest and a pink mouse. It matches the pink chair that his daughter gave him, and he's rocking it like a little man.
Gotcha,
Don't
bitch.
let anyone tell you otherwise. He is the I'm sure Shayla can agree. Think is the best. For audio, we've got SteelSeries Arena 7 speakers and the JLab Retro headphones on a wood stand. Most old desks typically have that back panel, so cable management can be hidden out of sight and looks spotless. The machine pushing those pixels is underneath the monitor riser, and a Dell Inspiron 16 wrapped like a cool little retro boombox. He doesn't have a custom PC just yet, as his space is a little limited. However, Terry is planning his first build when the layout allows. I do have to just say that this entire room is a nostalgia charged creativity factory with a lot of character. What a fantastic setup to wrap today's episode. Thank you, Terry, for blessing our eyeballs.
Where are you? Give me your blood. Glad to see my teammates suck dick.
What was your absolute favorite? If you guys are still enjoying the show, feel free to drop a like before you head out for short support. I love you dudes and militaries, and I will see you in the next one.
Wayfair presents bedroom furniture. Find your dream bed at your dream.
Pretty cool.
Nope, go back.
Gamers, we're back with another video, and this time I'm going to be showing you a guide how to play Sengoku Daimyo variant civilization of the Japanese. Yesterday I was cooking with some games, and I have the very first simple build order for you guys that you can follow. Now, is this the absolute best way to play it 3 months from now? Probably not, but I will make another guide to update you guys on that. That being said, I played this build order. I try to get optimized and all that, and I played a couple of games versus Sassy, so I'm going to show you the real games as well, but first I'm going to show you the build order and kind of walk you through it. If you want to know a lot more information about Sengoku Daimyo, check the video, everything you need to know, because it explains all their new mechanics and all the stuff they have. So, that being said, the moment the game starts, you're going to make a villager, send a scout, and you will send all the villagers on wood. There's a couple of different ways you can play with Matsuri. One option is to chop 2 straggler trees and then build Matsuri on the gold. I personally like this one, where you build Matsuri preferably if your wood line is in the back.
Dice really needs to up their fucking skin game.
Build it on the wood line.
Why is bro looking
like
up?
this, so there's some place for farms. With one villager, and then you put
what's up there?
To chop the wood.
Bro, what's up
The
there?
reason we want to do this is we want to make the new economic units that they have.
What you looking at, Tombstone?
So we're going to do that straight away.
Bro, what you looking at that?
In Sengoku, you will be able to see all the deer and all the boar on the map. That's
Where are you going? Where are you going?
There's 2 ways you can play this.
Oh.
I like to instantly rally villagers.
Dice, I love Battlefield 6, but you gotta work on your fucking skins, man. The skins, the models.
The reason I like rallying them to a deer is because
Put some sunglasses on these motherfuckers, and I don't want to see through. Don't give us those see-through sunglasses.
Deer seems pretty good. One thing you need to be careful
Where's bro
about
fucking
is
looking at?
against
You don't need to be looking at
civilization
nothing.
that can open spearmen in Dark Age, because they might go after your villagers or after your yatai. So my advice is, if you feel comfortable, go immediately on deer, like you see me do here. If you're not comfortable with deer, just go on the sheep and try to just be a little bit safer. With that, you can always scout your opponent to make sure you see if they're spear rushing or not. You always want to put the sheep on the side of the berries for yatai later on. And as our scout is scouting, and as our villagers are gathering wood so we can build yatai, we're going to go and get the house on the deer, and we're going to start collecting there immediately. Try to kill 1 or 2 deer like I just did, and then just build a house with 1 villager and collect food with the other. The timing is a little bit tight, but it's okay if you have villager not building for a second. Okay? So, as these guys are chopping trees, they're going to see 130, and we can build our first yatai straight away. So, my advice is yatai caps out at 60 food per minute. So, sending it to the boar gives you immediate cap of 60, so you don't have to worry about it. Because sending yatai on the deer pack will not cap you on the food up to 60. It will be like 47, 48, I can't remember the exact amount. So just sending it on boar will immediately get you to that maximum. And then second yatai, you have 2 options. If you have like a deer pack and then berry patch here too, for example, which I could have sent my second yatai here, right? But I didn't see the
Damn
bears.
it.
So if you have a deer plus bears next to each other, you would send second yatai there. If you don't know where the, if you have that kind of spawn or not, just send it right here, because berries plus sheep will give you plenty of food as well. So after that, we're going to be chopping more wood because we need to build a house as well. And we're going to get the Kamara upgrade.
No! Dang.
You can start it as soon as the house finishes, by the way.
Oh, you dumb as fuckers.
Up to you. So we're going to keep chopping.
Come on.
wood.
There we go.
And after that, we're going to get cold, and we're going to start moving towards the age up. So I'm going to speed up a little bit. There's the second yatai coming out. And it is very important to keep these things working by being next to the food, so that you can upgrade your maturity to level 6 and it gives you 30% from the gathering. So, right here we're going to first drop off, and we're going to send, I'm going to show the worker count here, we're going to send 8 total on the deer, or they will be the sheep. And then we're going to rally into the gold.
Fucking kill him. Goddamn.
Now there's a few different ways to optimize this build, but I feel like this was the simplest way to learn and understand, like put this many workers here, put that many workers there, put them on gold, and then age up. So we're not going to make it too complicated. Now one of the yatai is on the boar here, so it's getting 62 per minute. This one is getting 56, so that is pretty good. And once we have 6 on gold, 8 on food, we're gonna rally onto the wood so that we can build production buildings after that. Now, there's 2 landmarks in Feudal Age. There's Kaka Township and Ryokan. Now, my advice is, okay, this is from me playing the game for a couple of days and me playing Sengoku for not too long. I think Ryokan is an easier landmark to use. It is not an amazing landmark, but it's not a bad landmark either. I think that Kaka Township will be the one to use more in the future, but if you're just starting with Sengoku, do not make this complicated, because Kaka Township has 2 abilities that you have to use. So I would advise you to start playing with this one, and when you get more comfortable with the civilization, then switch to Kaka Township. Okay? So Ryokan, we're gonna build right here, assuming there's no enemy spearmen or anything like that coming. So what this landmark does, it increases your population by 60, so you're not gonna need to build houses, and nearby units get permanent healing buff. That's right, permanent healing 3 every 5 seconds when out of combat. So once you start aging up, you're gonna age up with the 4 guys on deer, and you're gonna send them back on the deer. You're going to leave 2 on gold, and you're going to move all the other gold ones you had onto the wood and rally onto the wood. Now, Sengoku
rubbish! This map is rubbish! He says.
Yatai is giving me 60 food per minute, and this one 56. So it's basically like I have 7 villagers right now in food, not 4. So you're going to need a lot of workers on wood because you need to build your production buildings. Now, the way Ryokan works is as long as a unit passes here in this circle right here, that unit will receive a permanent buff that will heal your units when they're out of combat. Okay, so what I like to do is to make everything a lot more simpler. Just build production buildings around Ryokon. So whether you put the Ryokon here or here, you can just build your production buildings around it. And that way, the moment unit comes
Gotcha,
out,
bitch.
you will immediately get that buff.
You are getting the fucking
You
tank.
make production buildings here and Ryokon
You can
there.
try.
You might
You're
not
not gonna
go
get it.
in the range of the buff, so you might lose out. So this is like a safe way to make sure you always get the buff. Now, I played this game against AI just to show you the build, but I played it like I'm playing against a Night Civ or Civ that opens Horsemen. So,
Oh shit, it's over there.
basically what I'm going to be doing is opening barracks immediately.
Woo!
And
Didn't need it!
setting up a stable as well. So again, I'm playing like I'm playing against a Civ that has knights. If I was playing against, let's say, English and they're going Spearman Longbow, I would probably open with stable and an archer range.
Okay, only
So
one of my
depending
teammates
what you're
complete
facing,
trash.
you immediately want
The
to
other
build
ones-
those production
The other ones went
buildings,
positive. That guy went super positive. Fuck yeah.
or if they're not being aggressive, you can just go for a lot of units and try to push and end the game. Now, this is the worker split right now that we're dealing with. So we have 10 on wood, one is building a lumber camp. We're gonna put 3 on stone because we want to get Hojo clan daimyo estate or whichever clan you are going for. Now, I've experimented with this in a few games. So basically, if you go for 3 Hojo clans or Oda clans or Takeda clans, you get deflective shield, but they become very, very expensive. So I would not suggest to build level 3 in Feudal Age. My advice is to just go for level 1 of whichever one you're going to make the most units out of. So for example,
Skip
you're
this
playing
briefing
against
bullshit!
Nationalization, you would go for barracks.
Class,
Which is
we're
the
gonna edit,
Hojo
we're
clan.
gonna edit.
If you're playing against
Yeah.
maybe English, I would probably go for an
Fraction.
archer
Hold up
clan so
now.
that your Yumi get +1 damage. But going further than that, the first one is
more
150
suppressor.
wood, 150 stone. The second one is 300, 300, and then the third one is 600, 600 resources,
Hold
which is
on.
quite a lot to make it feudal. So again, my advice is go for 1 Hojo clan daimyo estate, which is going for spearmen, and then maybe add
We'll
a
get rid of
Takeda
that.
clan for
We'll get
stables.
That.
And then later on, you can get the
So
level
close.
3, preferably like in early to mid castle, so you can get the deflective shield. The deflective shield is really good, but it's just too expensive to get. So, right now, you can see we're going to be producing our Yari cavalry. We're going to be producing
Alright, well,
spearmen,
these
and
are
we're getting double broadaxe. So
That's
we're
gonna
going to
be
get
fun.
some upgrades for this gold that you're gathering. I'm doing some walls right here. You can also get Takezaiku, which
Good
is the
shit.
level 2 wheelbarrow basically for Japanese. Also just a very good upgrade if your villagers are running around and just overall economically. And now we're just pumping out units. And the moment I have enough stone, I will go down to Hojo clan
Fucker.
Daimyo estate to buff up the spearmen and unlock the
Fuckers!
now,
Give me
one
my
thing
kills!
is, even though this is a daimyo estate for the barracks, you can still put stables or archer ranges around it. You don't need to only do barracks. Okay, so that's one very, very.
Fucking let me kill you.
After I got
Fucker.
100 stone, I'm just gonna move away and get some more food. So I basically leave about 10 to 12 on wood, and then we just full rally onto food because we're producing a lot of units. Now, once
We're not
you
even
go
gonna
with this,
contest that
you
right
unlock the lightweight blades upgrade, and you
We ain't got no
advance
teammates.
infantry.
Fucking shit!
And eventually you get it. This makes spearmen 10% faster, so like HRE spearmen, and they do a lot more damage against workers, so it's easier to kill off workers with spears. Now, in this specific game, I went for a lot of units. You also need to remember to always add daimyo. Daimyo is the unit that you build from the daimyo estate, and it's basically their version of bannermen, but it's more like Mekta from Ottoman because it gives attack speed to all your units. So daimyo, aka bannerman,
Gotcha, bitch.
gives attack speed to all your units. So you don't need to build one
Fucking
daimyo,
shit.
One for horses, one for archers, one for spearmen. One gives a buff to all of them. Now, from here on out, you have a couple of options. If you're going for this melee comp, I would definitely advise you to get attack upgrades for your melee units.
That didn't get what?
And from here on out, you have two options, right?
You're wild for that shit.
You can either keep making units and attack and deny their food, get military upgrades and kind of go for it. Or option number 2 would be to slowly start adding workers and gold and go for the age up. So that's what I did in this game. And yeah, now you can see every unit that comes out, the moment they come out, they immediately receive this buff, which is the Ryokan healing. Another thing I want to mention right here is slowly, as you have more and more wood, you can either add more production like this, or you can start using wood to build a outpost plus a farmhouse or deer or boar and or berries and so on and so forth. Because you want to try and leave these sheep and these berries alive as long as possible, so that your yatai keeps these sheep and the berries, right? So preferably I would have these over here and over here split up. Now, one thing to note that is very, very important to know. The boar, if yatai is in range, the boar will not retaliate. So that means that you can go attack by villagers.
I got him!
And the boar will not attack you back. So this is only because of the yatai. So as you can see, the boar is not fighting back, so we can quickly yoink that too. And we can just have really good income with all the deer eco, the yatai eco, and soon we can make a tower and protect ourselves. Now, I'm gonna speed up right here, because after this, we're gonna
Fucker! What? You're wild for that shit. Now!
Just to show you how I transition into Castle Age. So, we're gonna send some workers here too. We're gonna get a tower in a second. I think I might have forgotten it. Oh, I made it actually. And we're gonna go for Sake Brewery. Now, I'm gonna talk about the 2 landmarks. There's 2 landmarks you can go for in Castle, Temple of Equality, or Sake Brewery. Now,
well, I'm sorry, teammate, but
like
your sacrifice is well worth it. I sure
Trinity for Rus. It reduces it, just allows you to make monks out of it immediately. It has some eco-iki, which is monks unique upgrades, and reduces the cost of the monks by 25%. It seems okay, but I personally don't think it's amazing. I think Sake Brewery is a lot. Okay. And I think it just gives you a lot of passive gold income throughout the game, although you do need to put workers in order to mine the gold. So what Sake Brewery does is it basically is going to drop 5 farms that you get gold from. Now, what's important to note is the economic upgrades, such as Specialized Pig and Matsuri buff, this one, will also buff the gathering on your Sake Brewery. So I think it goes from like 350 gold per minute. With all the upgrades, it goes up to like 500 and something gold per minute. But you need 5 villagers to work it, which would give every villager about 100, 110 gold per minute, which is really good value. And obviously this lasts the whole game. So yeah, have that in mind. So I think this one is right now better, and it's also easier to use. So if you get Sake Brewery up, you're actually not going to need too many villagers on gold once it's built, because the gold income from it is really, really good. Okay, so if you have Matsuri, make sure that the villagers are in this line, not the building. Okay, because it doesn't buff the building, it buffs the villagers. So have that in mind. So as I'm aging up, I'm still making some units. You can already start transitioning to Samurai, and these guys, Kanado Samurai, are pretty good against any units that have high maximum HP. Obviously they counter OTD pretty hard, they counter elephants pretty hard, so any units that has really high amount of HP, they're good to make. But if you want armored units, you can go for Samurai and Mounted Samurai. Okay? Now there's the mats right here, and now you can put 5 villagers and they're gonna be cranking. Look at that gold, it's so fast. So what do you do when you age up? Well, you want to get some military upgrades. You want to start mining stone again, because like I said, we're slowly going to start going for level 2 and level 3 daimyo state. You can get the Buddhist temple to start picking up relics. You can get more eco upgrades if you wanted to. And as you can see, I'm going to leave 4 or 5 villagers over here in gold, and then we have 5 right here. Now, depending how hard you go on the gold spending, so if you want to produce pure mounted samurai, you might need a couple more gold, but you should be good like this. Now, compared to Japanese, when you age up the castle, you're going to need a lot more workers on wood, because you are mining stone, so you can get more daimyo states, which costs a lot of wood and a lot of stone. And you're still getting a lot of passive food from the yatai, so have that in mind, which is really, really nice. And your utility is up.
Woo!
You kind of make sure you are gathering all the food on the map, on your side of the map, and as you're the last, or maybe last 2 food sources, what you want to do
you're
is
not a teammate.
Farm gather, so that yatai, once the resources are depleted, they can start gathering the food from farms. So once you start transitioning to farms around this Missouri, you put yatai here, you put yatai here, yatai there, so then they kind of, this one covers the farms here, this one covers the farms here, this one covers the farms here, and you get a lot of not only passive food income from yatai,
Fucker.
but at the same time, you will also be still buffing Matsuri to get it to 30%, and then you can also make another Matsuri, for example, here, or if you want to be super spicy, you can build such a Matsuri with a big cold, and then you have this button that basically, while active, the whole Matsuri of all yatai.
None of you.
Once this one gets 30%, like the second yatai.
I just fucking spawned. Let me spawn.
Which is the direct yatai, so it goes over there. After this, like I said, it's very dependent what kind of matchup you're playing, what city you're playing against, so to know which units you're going to make. Like I said, if I was playing against English, I would probably be going Mounted Samurai plus Yumi archers right now. If I was playing against French, you can just continue with mass cavalry, mass infantry units. It's completely up to you if you want to go for level 3 Hojo Clan Daimyo State, which is for the melee infantry units, in order to get these upgrades, or maybe you prefer mass samurai strategies, mounted samurai strategies, so you can go for the Akena Clan level 3 in order to get mounted samurai, their deflective armor, so that is completely up to you. And after this, you can see I'm slowly adding the different states. I went for a full spearman or melee infantry. Mounted samurais are coming up, and again,
Brothers, we're getting our asses cooked.
Cool. And now with all the extra wood, we're going to be making the other daimyo states, and we're going to be making farms in order to make sure we have enough food. So there we go. I think that's pretty much it. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a real game, a game I played against Sassy. So I'm going to show you how all this looks like in a real game. One question I got very often on my stream as I was playing this: what's going to happen if you're playing against Mongol, for example, or Ottoman?
How many of these shitheads are there?
And they harass your yatai or they harass your gear packs. My advice is very simple. If you're playing against Mongol or Ottoman and you're worried they're going to be aggressive and attack your villagers on here, just take the moment you start the game, scout, and go immediately to their base to see if they're opening with barracks. And if whatever league you're playing in, if the opponents open barracks pretty frequently, I would suggest you do not do this to go in here. Just stay on the sheep. And instead of making one yatai, if you see the barracks opening and they're making spearmen, instead of making 2 yatai, just make 1 and just go for an age up in order to get either samurai or archers to push them back. So you kind of need to adjust a little bit, just like if you played against any tower rushes and Civ, right? You have to adjust a little bit. But I'm going to speed this part through because I showed you the build order. Now what I want to show you is a real game of what this looks like. So here Sasuke's Golden Horde, which can print out a lot of units apparently very quickly. So he starts the A first, but because it is like /IM, it can take a little bit to get there. And here's the
No, motherfucker.
And we're gonna speed it up again. So I have one yatai here.
I just fucking spawned.
We have one yatai on the board. So if I wanted, I could go for third yatai right here. If I wanted to deal with greedy snake, but in my opinion, you don't need to, because if you open double yatai, you are already ahead compared to your opponent. So there's the barracks. I'm making the spearman immediately because the Batu Khan is coming and the Torgut are coming as well very soon. So I'm just going for double barracks, and then I think I go into stables right now. So what I'm doing right now, trying to get some stone. I'm going to put the villager count so you guys can see. And once again, we're just trying to defend. And this is the same style I showed you in the field order guide, where I'm playing against the Knight Civ technically, because they're opening with Khan and Torguds, which are not knights, but they're not horsemen either. They're kind of in between. So he's just harassing, I'm defending, and wherever he's
fucking shit.
I'm trying to follow, and I'm just cranking up a lot of spearmen. Now we're going to start horsemen or the Yari cavalry. And I think I lost the villager there, which was pretty bad. And now we're going to go for stables, double stable, double archer range, because I saw that he is going for archers. So he's going to harass here. Now if your yatai gets found, just try to either defend it or escort it back home so it can gather here. And the boar one, as you can see,
We're going to try to get this shit done. Just gotta win one more match. That's it.
So, building positioning is very, very important. So have that in mind. As you will see in a moment, I'm going to build. I don't know if I built it here or here. Oh yeah, this was before. Okay, so this was before I knew that every daimyo state, no matter which one you go to, gives you military production bonus 20%. I thought you needed to build it like cavalry one here, barracks one here, but I should have built this one in the middle, and it would buff all 4 buildings. So have that in mind. You kind of want to use it like Ottoman blacksmith, okay? So he's trying to do some harassment. I'm getting my upgrades. My economy feels pretty good the way it's set up. As you can see, I'm getting more upgrades than he is, and just getting a lot of units. Just pumping, and I'm trying to harass with these Yari cavalry as well a little bit. Trying to wall up this side of the map so I can secure not only yatai here, but these food sources. And because Golden Horde tends to play pretty aggro, or at least Sassy did, I'm kind of playing a little bit more of a defensive approach. I'm getting the Spearman upgrade now. Makes the Spearman faster and do more damage to his workers, which is a very, very nice upgrade. Now, see, this is the thing. So he's not being aggressive right now, okay? So instead of me just keeping producing spearmen and Yari cavalry, what I decided was to just start producing samurais, hardened Naginata samurai, because I saw that he has a barracks that he's transitioning to spearmen. So if he has this unit comp and I'm going only spearmen Yari, I will probably lose. So I'm mixing in the
they're
samurai
at the north 330
counter his like spearman archer, Kashik, Torgut, Khan comp. Okay. So once you have decent economy set up like this, where you have a lot of villagers in food, you have a lot of villagers in gold, you can just start producing samurais even.
Fucking try to fucking diss at me. Fucking asshole.
So I'm gonna try to harass again, and now I build into the background daimyo state.
Why the fuck do we keep sitting out here?
Cavalry move speed by 10%.
The thumb up our fucking ass.
Guys at the maximum speed in the game, which is 2.
Something I'm missing out on.
0.00. So even if it says higher than 2, the maximum speed in airport is 2. Okay. So yeah. When things go to a better landmark, yes, that is what I said at the start of this video. It is better, but this one is easy to use, and this is kind of like a beginner guide to get people into the Sengoku civilization. So, right now we're doing some harassment over here. At the same time, I'm just like spamming units like crazy.
Oh, you
samurais
bitch!
Like crazy, and slowly but surely my unit composition is getting better because I'm going for the armored units. He does a little dive here, but he's not really denying too much, right? And now this is where the Yari cavalry harassment starts. And what's really nice about Sengoku Daimyo is because I have the Ryokan, any damage I take, unless my cavalry dies, they're gonna heal up pretty quickly. So I'm just diving in here, taking 3 workers out, and because I see his TC's garrison, I'm just gonna run through and kill even more. Look at that idle time. That is crazy, crazy amounts of idle time. Basically, all these workers and the
They're right below us,
PC,
Atreus or X-Ether.
So, his full eco is idle. We lose a couple of Yari, but killing 8 workers.
Ping 2, or 3, I'm sorry, 3.
And now he's pushing me at the same time. So, as long as I don't take any villager losses, I will be in a great spot.
Shit.
So I'm just delaying the push as much as possible, and I see him going in here, so I try to get him around and push him out. And if you look now, I have
Stay there.
25 samurai, and I have Daimyo for the attack speed buff.
Oh, never mind.
So
Shit.
this right now becomes like impossible for him to fight because I just have way stronger army composition, some more harassment in the back, and as you can see, he gets pushed back, and I use this opportunity to age up. So similar like the last game, it's the same idea. We're making units until you have a good engagement, and after the good engagement, you go for the age up. So we're getting specialized mining pit. I age up in a second. We're doing another Yari cavalry raid here. I'm just buying some time for myself, and we go for Sake Brewery again, right here. So all I want right now is to preferably delay his push as long as possible, get my upgrades, and then
the
go
potato
through the
was
middle of the map and push. So you can see his whole army is here. I know I've killed a lot of villagers.
Motherfucker!
I could have gotten this, but I think I'm just saving gold for the upgrades because I already have some farms going as well.
Are they in the tank yet?
And now he goes for engagement. I commit even though I don't have my upgrades. If
The tank is at East 60-30.
So I just decide to go for it and defend, and veteran upgrade for the samurai is very, very fast. So he's trying to fight here and to snipe the spearmen, and he's doing a good job, but now samurai are going to be the castle samurai, which are a lot better.
Where
And
the
once
fuck?
again, as we
Mark.
age up in a second, oh, never mind, it just taps out. But as I age up, right now we go for another monastery to get the relics.
Yeah, that ass is gonna be the end of
And
us.
we go for stone to get more daimyos. And again, whether you go for the 3 melee ones or 3 cavalry ones or 3 archer ones, those are completely up to you.
They're repairing them.
Your unit comp,
They're getting repaired.
the you're playing against, and so on and so forth. And that's pretty much it. That is in my opinion, a pretty straightforward, simple build order with Sengoku Daimyo. Now, I'm sure there's, like I said, even to this simple one, there's a lot more optimization, like put one villager here and one there. But I didn't want to make it too complicated because I think what's most important for you guys is to get in the game, just learn the civilization, get comfortable with units, understand what the units are doing, how the economy feels and all that. And before you know it, I will have another build order guide for the Conquer Township and give you guys more about that.
Gotcha, dumb
There's
bitch.
more optimized build as well. So if you're watching on YouTube, I want to thank you so much for
Ether,
watching.
no! Ah, fuck, there was 2. Fuck.
We can just kill. Fuck.